Welcome back, TCS viewers. Chris Niccolls here from the camera store. We have a special sneak peek at a pre-production version of the brand new Olympus OMD E-M10. We're going to the doggy park today. We're going to get some cute photos of dogs, put this camera through its paces, and see what kind of shots we can get out of it. Now, the E-M10 does have the OMD badge. It's got a viewfinder, and it is part of the more premium lineup of mirrorless cameras from Olympus. That being said, it is interesting because it is not that expensive. Olympus is putting this in a very affordable price point, scaling a few features down to get it into the consumer market, but still give us a lot of power. When I look at it, I notice a lot of similarities to the M5 body-wise. There are a lot of features borrowed from the E-M1 though, and even a few brand new features we haven't seen on an OMD yet. Now, when you first take a look at the E-M10, you can't help but draw similarities from the E-M5. They do have a very similar look and body feel, which I love. It's always been a great design, even down to the dials on top. That being said, another thing you're gonna notice, way smaller. This camera is a lot more compact, especially more so than the E-M1. Now, taking a look at the camera, I do like the function buttons. Customizability is always a good thing. And these two dials for aperture, shutter speed, exposure comp, they work fantastic. I love the feel just like the E-M5. That being said, it does bring me my first criticism. These are very comfortable dials and they're very easy to turn, but sometimes a little too easy to turn. They do give up and move anytime they want to, and there's no locking mechanism. So you just got to keep your eye on that. On the back of the camera, we've got a nice screen, 1.44 million dots, and it does rotate out in a standard vertical position, which is nice. That being said, it is an LCD screen, not an OLED like you'd find on the other cameras in this series. That means it's a bit more reflective, and even in this light, it can be a little hard to see. But that does bring us to a cool new feature on the E-M10. New viewfinder, a little bit larger than the E-M5, 1.44 million dots as well, but it's got a great viewpoint, very clear, updates quickly, and check this out, another new feature and a first on an OMD camera. Pop-up flash. Now, this is great for this casual price point because families out shooting in the sun, they're just going to want a little bit of fill flash or, just the occasional flash photo. You've got that there built in, and you can always throw another one on the hot shoe if you need to. Impressions on the autofocus, always good with Olympus. From point to point, it's very, very fast. This is a brand new sensor for this camera, still 16 megapixels, but nothing that's been used in an OMD camera before. We have the same processor as the E-M1, so we should get great low light performance when we get to see those tests when it's not pre-production camera. Now, it does have an 81-point autofocusing system. That's the same as the brand new E-M1 as well. It is contrast detection only. Again, point to point, nice and quick. You might not get the fastest continuous autofocus, but it's not going to disappoint for families trying to get sports and action. It does a pretty good job. We can even push up to 8 frames per second shooting, so I don't think you're going to find the E-M10 disappointing when it comes to speed of shooting. Now, as usual, when it comes to movie, Olympus is not going to blow you away. On the OMD, one of the things that they've probably saved money on, we don't have a mic jack. Movie is still 30 frames per second. You do get manual control, though, but you're stuck with the mics that are built in on the camera. Codec is okay. Again, not its strong suit. All right, folks, so thoughts on the E-M10. Certainly, I do love how small it is. It's going to be the smallest OMD camera in the lineup so far. It is very easy to carry and very comfortable to use. A proven layout like you have on the E-M5, it works very, very well. And here's the other cool thing about this camera. Even though it's affordable at a very good price point, aimed at families, aimed at people starting out, you're going to get top-notch image quality from Olympus. Now, of course, there's going to be some issues that arise when we try to keep a camera at a lower price point. Things like the 3-axis image stabilization instead of the 5-axis, I didn't even know any issues. This camera is shooting nice and stable, so I don't think this could be a problem. Movie mode's not going to blow you away, but we're used to that. Things like the contrast detection autofocus only. The continuous autofocus did have some lag. The single point autofocus, though, very, very quick. And again, a lot of the things we're talking about, folks, might change as this goes into final production. Still, overall, the OMD is giving us great image quality, a very, very small size, and again, the full line of lenses available. Look for this camera if you want something small and you want something simple. Thanks very much. We'll see you guys next week.